My name is Agatha. I'm currently the general manager. Wild Vision is the leading digital marketing agency with operations in Nigeria, in Ghana, and in Kenya. And my colleague here will introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Prashant Kripalani. I am the social media manager at Wild Fusion. I have a background in computer engineering, but digital space and just basically to be about a year and a half now. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be talking about digital marketing for startups. Strategies you can use to gain more without breaking your. Then what mistakes of making, and there will be answers to us previously. Start with what you have. So, marketing for African startups. Starts, in comparison to big brands and multinationals which we work with every day, for an African startup, every penny counts. And then I'll.
Yeah, people are looking for marketing efforts. In terms of what am I trying to do? What are my objectives? So I know I want to reach my audience. I know I want to drive sales. And based on those, when you have your objectives plan, then you need to be able to say, okay, look, these are my objectives. This is how much I'm willing to spend. This is what I expect. These are my goals. And once you have your objectives and your goals, and you know exactly, for example, you need to define, I want to have 100 sales come out of this campaign, or I want to generate 100 new leads for my business. And once you have that set, choose, okay, now these are the channels that are going to help me achieve those goals. So it's going to be about looking at sales, you're going to, where you can traffic to. When you want to your product or related terms, your traffic. Basically, you can then say, okay, how much you spend. So if you know it's going to cost you $10 per lead, and you have $100 to spend, and if you get 10 leads, it's going to be $100 per lead that you get, then you know this is how much it's worth you to spend that $100 and rate your. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just add to that. Digital marketing getting results process on. So you need to be able to calculate your spend on digital marketing and the sales increase to determine whether your digital marketing campaign is successful. And there are different ways to actually measure your return on investment on the different digital marketing channels. For example, if you're running a PPC ads, which is the pay-per-click, it's your cost of acquiring your leads as well as your return on investment from each of those leads. So in email marketing is also different, the way you calculate your leads, and the different channels also give you different ways of calculating your leads. How can, what are the strategies you can use to gain more customers without breaking your budget as a small business in Africa? Start this, or do you want to go on? Okay, so there are a lot of low-cost strategies that startups can use in Africa to gain more customers, and I don't mean Facebook likes, Instagram followers, and the others. I mean sales, actual customers, actual return on investment. We have something we usually use ACE framework. What the framework does is that it covers the activities to support your marketing across the customer lifecycle and shows how to measure activity. The arrow on the RACE framework stands for reach, for acts, C for convert, and E for engagement. Engagement is of building brand advocates. So the arrow in the RACE framework, that's the reach, has to do with platforms that helps you to reach your customers. Such platforms are platforms where they're already engaging on. So think about the social networks, the Facebook and the others. These are platforms that your customers are already engaging on. Think about blogs, for example. Customers are already going to blogs to read articles. And the most important one are the search engines. Google is a very robust search engine where people go there and search for things that they need. The most fantastic thing about search engines is that people search intent based on needs. So you need to actually need something to search on Google search engine. So that even gives a better lead. It gives you a better idea of what your consumers are actually looking for. These platforms can also help you engage with your consumers in the customer life cycle. As the customer is there in the exploration stage, where they're trying to look for items to buy. For example, you sell fabrics, for example. Someone is already searching for where to buy fabrics in Ikoyi, where to buy fabrics in Accra, and the others. If you're there, then that gives you get closer to converting into sales because you're available when your customers are searching for you. Ash, you could take over from here.
Yeah. So essentially, when customers, like we were saying, when customers are exploring, right, you need to be there for. So, there's this really interesting concept I came across. Getting attention. So you need to be present forms, but you need to be present in a way that you're providing the customers or consumers the kind. When you're on Facebook versus when you're on Twitter versus when you're on Instagram, one consistent presence that's just saying the same thing. Someone's a place in a conversation. It has to be short. It has to be like maybe customer service focused. But if you're on Facebook, they're just looking to maybe pick up some news about you. Whereas on Instagram, it has to be very visual. When it's searched, they're actually for something that you're offering, and you should show up there like, okay, they are searching specifically for something, and you're catering to their specific need at that time. So when you are thinking about where you have to be, right, to get a consumer to act, you need to be present with the kind of information or the kind of content they're looking for at that particular point of time, which will then drive them to see, okay, look, these guys are providing what I'm looking for, and that helps them and maybe it could be like 6 weeks, like a 6-week body transformation. And then you take your audience through the journey from week 1, where they're just starting off with, okay, they want to get into this process. Okay, what can you do to make your skin smoother, or, to get like fair skin, or to have softer hair, whatever. And then, you go through the process. They've undergone some transformation, and along the way you can upsell them little bits where you can say, okay, look, we have this new product you can try out, or you can come and get check out this package at a discounted rate. So we've got a one-time offer now. Bring in a friend, and you can come and try out this package, or get free drinks if you come in. And you build up a whole marketing plan like that. A lot of times, like, content people are looking for, people connect with a lot of humor. Africans love humor. Funny African Pics is a testament to that humorous content is really, really connects really well. Informative content, entertainment, education. These are the kind of content, like the type of content you can have throughout that 6-week period. And that's how you then bring a customer, them engaged, and you get them, and that's what drives them to act and to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the R in the RACE framework is called the REACH, and we just spoke about it. Now we're going to go into the ACTS framework. So the ACTS bit of the RACE framework has to do with consumers making a decision. And this can be done on your website, on your blog, or on an interactive tool. So when you bring consumers to your website, what do they want? What do you want them to actually do? Do you want them to purchase a product? Your website has to be really simple, and it has to take the consumers through a simple and relevant journey. I usually ask SMEs and most brands, is your website optimized for mobile? In the African market, if your website is not optimized for mobile, you need to start all over again, because it's a mobile first market. We have all the stats that say that most Africans, when they visit online platforms, they come from their mobile phones. In Nigeria, for example, we have about 75% of Nigerians who access Facebook coming from their mobile phone. So the first question we usually ask our clients are, optimized? That's the first question we ask. And if it's mobile optimized, is it simple? Is it transactional? When people come to a mobile website, they don't want to learn about your business, for example. What they really want to know about is what I came to do here. I came to purchase an item. That's what I really want to know about. Or I want to know about your business. I want to be able to contact you. So they want to see your mobile number. They want to see your address, because that's what they really care about. And as a small business, you should have a simple one-page website that includes all this information, and not so heavy, because you need to consider people's data and consider the different phone types that they're coming to your mobile sites with. So you take your customers through a simple flow on your website, show them a very clear image of the item that you want them to purchase. Show them this image from different angles, and also state why your customers should purchase this item. Research has shown us that very big items are usually not purchased on mobile handsets. They're usually purchased on a bigger screen. But usually the customer buying decision starts from the mobile handset. The mobile is really personal to us. So it's always on, always acted upon. Even when you send an SMS to a customer, the customer does not have a choice than to look at the headline and then decide if they really want to read the message. So make your experience really seamless to your customer, to take them into the convert stage where your customer actually purchases your item. You need to follow through with excellent service delivery, because when you follow through with excellent service delivery, you get consumers to become advocates for your brand. So that is what the E in the RACE framework stands for: engage, building advocates or customers who have actually engaged with your products, who has actually engaged with your business. So when they are happy, they spread your message and become your advocates. This is to the point where I now have, as a small business, I now have this customers database, because they have purchased on my site, they have dropped their names, their phone numbers, their emails, or because they have purchased in-store in my shop, all their details they have collected. So it takes us to the point that is really important in digital marketing, which is the remarketing. I have all this data. What do I do with it at this point? For big businesses, big organizations, they can use automated CRM tools to re-engage with these customers. But for smaller businesses, we know we cannot afford those big CRM tools and the others. So what we do is to use simple Excel sheets. All you have to do is to plot it into the name of the consumer, the email address, mobile number, every other detail you've gathered during the point of purchase, and then also include whatever item was purchased by this customer, of what this customer cares about. So you can then go back to remarket similar products to the customer. You could use SMS if the customer has given you permission to send them messages. You could use email. But because you know that this customer likes to buy a certain type of hair products, for example, You can then come back to say, okay, we have this other hair product that could make your hair look like this, like that. And while you do that, make sure not to spam them. You're predicting what the customer is likely to need, but you need to be very careful that you're not spamming them. So you cannot send these messages as often as you have to send them, like once in a month, twice in a month. So it depends on who the consumer is. And then what you're sharing will be content related to what the consumer has already purchased, and not content that are not related, because then it becomes irrelevant to the consumer. And then sending them reminders shows that you care about consumers. So reminders about what you need when your product is about to finish, when you think they would need, of engaging these consumers, and of course delivering top quality of service to them.
Okay, guys, sorry, I'm seeing a lot of complaints about video and audio quality. Can you hear us? Or, I mean, hang on, because I'm not sure what the issue is.
So I think most of the issues are internet bandwidth. Okay, can you hear us? Not sure. Okay, guys, so we're just going to continue to start using the RACE framework. So how do you comment you're putting together this strategy and all that? You need to start with the research. Every business going into marketing, even when it's digital marketing, has to start with the research. So you need to research into your space. What are you currently doing now? What's your current position? How are people already using your website if you have a website? If you do not have a website, how are people finding you already? How are they engaging with you? You need to understand your customer behavior, and there are a lot of tools online that you could actually use to understand your customer behavior online. I think an example of one is Consumer Barometer. You could Google that, Consumer Barometer. It could help you understand who the online audience are. And then you also need to research into your industry. What's happening in your industry? Look at what your competitors are doing, and most importantly, what's your return on investment? That has to be calculated.
Yeah. So yeah, some other tools you could use, free tools. There's Google Trends. Google Trends is a really cool tool that actually gives you what people are searching for. On Google AdWords, if you sign up for a Google AdWords account, you have the keyword planner. What the keyword planner does is an estimate of how much people are searching for your particular keyword. So for example, if again, let's take the spa example. So we said there was a 6-week transformation program, sorry. So if people were actually looking for that 6 week, we wanted to see now how many people are actually searching for body transformation or spa packages or something like that. And those keywords, we could go into Google Keyword Planner, we could plug in our keywords there, and then we could actually see how much people are searching for those keywords. So are they keywords that are actually being searched for quite a bit, or are there other keywords that are better suited to that purpose? And then we could pick our keywords accordingly and use those for our search engine marketing and for our SEO as well. So yeah, there's a lot of free tools: Consumer Barometer, Trends, Keyword Planner. There's Facebook Audience Insights. That's a really brilliant gem. So Facebook Audience Insight lets you choose your age range, location, and based on gender, whatever you want, lets you specify your audience characteristics, and then it gives you insights into how much the demographic breakdown of your audience, the top locations, and what kind of pages they already like. So that can then inform you in terms of, okay, this is what my target audience is already interacting with. I think those are some really good tools off the top of my head that could really help with that.
Okay, guys, so remember the RACE framework we spoke about. We said reach, and we mentioned that to reach your consumers, to reach your customers, you have to provide content that's relevant to them. So you have to be available on search engine, you have to be available. Your social media sites have to be updated. Your blogs have to be updated. And then we spoke about acts. Acts has to do with getting them to actually perform an action on your website. And we mentioned that you need to have a mobile optimized website. And then we spoke about convert. This is actually when conversion happens. You actually get to purchase your item on your site. And then we spoke about engagement, building advocates out of consumers. When you have performed excellent customer service delivery, the small business, we do not have a lot of budget to do a lot of awareness campaigns, CSR campaigns to build love for the brand. So the best way we can go about this is by delivering a superb customer service delivery. So at this point, we're going to take some questions from what was shared with us before this session, and then we'll go back to discussing more. With Spectra from Nigeria, his or her question is, how do I create customized, editable picture content on social media platforms? Very simple, right?
So there's this really awesome tool called Canva. That's CANVA. It's a free tool that basically lets you build anything creative. You can choose to build social media posts. You can use it for cover photos. You can use it for any kind of creative material. And the best part is it's completely free. So you should definitely get on that because it works really well for the question there.
So Canva is spelled CANVA, Canva.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question is from Cat Lego from Botswana. Her question is, how do I translate the number of likes I get after subscribing my page into sales or potential sales? How is the maths calculated? So for you, Cat Lego, you already have a conversion by getting them to actually sign up or subscribe to your page. Yeah? So the next step for you will be remarketing to these guys who have already subscribed to your page. I'm not sure how they actually subscribe. Was there a content that they saw that made them subscribe and all that? So you need to continually offer them that kind of content to get them to actually convert. So that thing that made them pick an interest to subscribe is what you need to go back to them to sell with. And you ask, how can we calculate conversion? It's usually calculated based on the total number of sales you made, the number of leads you generated. For you, your number of leads is the subscribers to your page multiplied by 100. So that's how it's calculated. So the next question is from Oriola from Nigeria. I've been here for 2 years now. Don't know why my likes keep reducing day by day. Okay, so this is simple. At some point, Instagram was started taking out fake and spammy accounts. So probably some of those who have followed you as spams, they're not actual humans. They might be robots and all that. And so Instagram is likely taking those people out of your follower list, and that's why that's happening.
Another, you could possibly, I wouldn't worry too much about likes in terms of if you're talking about followers. If you're talking about engagement rate, that is the number of likes on your posts on an average. You might want to just check the kind of content that you're putting out because Instagram remains a very visual platform and people generally tend to. So there's actually a concept that if you think about social media, you think about it's called thumb-stopping content. So if you think about the Instagram user, they're scrolling through their phone like constantly just thumb, and something has to get them to stop their thumb from scrolling further and take a look and double tap. So you have to look at your content to see if it's that kind of thumb-stopping content, so to speak, that's getting people to like. And if there might be a problem with that you think, then it's about going back to the drawing board and seeing how you can rework your content. So Anita from Nigeria has a question. What should a novice like me know about SEO and Google Analytics? Okay, well, Anita, SEO and analytics are both really, really important. So SEO comes into the picture when you have your own website. It's essentially a way of ensuring that your website shows up in search results without paying any money. It's organic, basically. The importance of SEO is basically, like I said, it really increases your awareness. So if you have a website talking about a particular product, you need to make sure that your keywords, so for example, for Wealth Fusion, the keywords would be integrated marketing or digital marketing. And we want to make sure we rank for those keywords. So if you search for digital marketing agency in Nigeria, we want Wealth Fusion to show up at the #1 spot. And one way of doing that is ensuring our SEO game is really strong, right? And so for those of you who don't know, SEO stands for search engine optimization. I probably should have started with that. So it's basically making sure your website shows up when people search for related keywords. So you have to specify your keywords. You have to ensure your website has all those keywords on all the pages, and that basically increases your visibility. Analytics, that's equally important, because the only way to know if what you're doing is working is by measuring it. And you know, like, okay, this is not working for me. And analytics is the way to go with that. So analytics is basically used to track everything about your website. You get to know where people are coming from. You get to know how long they're spending on your website. You get to know who they are in terms of like an overview of like gender and age breakdowns. You get to know where they're coming on your websites. Are they landing on the home page? Are they landing on a particular landing page? And it's really important to know all of this, because it can then influence your marketing. So think about if you're running an email campaign and you want to drive people to your website, you can split test 2 different landing pages, and you can drive one landing page to 50 people, one landing page to another 50 people, and then you can see how much time the audience spends on each of those landing pages, whether they click through further, and that'll then tell you, okay, look, I'm better than this landing page, or vice versa. And that's one practical use of analytics. So analytics and SEO, really, really, really important. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the next question is from Ogisola, Nigeria. And the question is, what is the best platform to host my website if I'm designing and maintaining it myself? Ideally, a robust enough platform to host a blog, an e-commerce platform, and maybe have a chatbot support. Yeah, WordPress is a fantastic platform where you could build literally every kind of website. So thinking about an e-commerce platform, you can actually build that yourself on WordPress. Learn how to build WordPress websites. You could just Google it, how to build WordPress websites, and you'll see the steps that are required. It's quite easy for every website using WordPress. And the good thing about WordPress is that it already has templates, existing e-commerce templates that you can just go and pull. You probably might pay for it, and then you just customize it to what you want. And you could also insert the chatbot support. You could actually do a lot with a WordPress website with very minimum developer knowledge in WordPress. Okay, so I'm just going to take another question by Candice from Cameroon. What is the best way to target bilingual markets? In my case, French and English speaking. Example, using YouTube, does it make sense to have 2 channels or 1 channel with subtitle?
Yeah, I definitely think go the 1 channel with captions option. So first you need to know who's your primary audience. Do you have a large English? Based on that, you choose your primary language. Second language you can just, or subtitles in that particular language. So it doesn't make sense to maybe have content that's specific to the English speaking audience, content specific to the French speaking audience. But you need to decide who's your primary audience and focus on content for that audience first. Yeah. Okay, so there's a question from Juanita Munwas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. For someone who has no background in digital marketing, what advice can you give to me so that all tools all the tools can be utilized for a small business.
So Juanita, you could start with the simplest tool, but it also depends on who your customers are. For Nigeria, for example, we know that Facebook is the best platform because everyone is on Facebook, but not everybody is engaging on Facebook. So if you have an 18 to 25 customer base, for example, Facebook might not be the best platform to reach these guys because they're probably not engaging on Facebook, but the older demographics are actually engaging on Facebook. Don't have any background in digital marketing, you have to start with Facebook, and there are a lot of content online that you could read. Makes your life easier. Just put in your search for how do I run a Facebook campaign, and it's so easy. You're going to get a lot of content that you just have to decide which is most relevant to your business. So a lot of reading online would help you, and you could as well start with Facebook, which seems like the easiest for most SMEs. So the next question is from Glory in Nigeria. Glory wants to know, what certifications do I need to become a certified digital marketer? To become a successful digital marketer, how do I develop myself on content writing? Okay, so this is very personal to me because when I started digital marketing, I didn't have any certification in digital marketing. Studying a lot online. I was actually building websites when I started digital marketing, but I did a lot of reading. So what certifications do I need to become a certified digital marketer? Now, in 2017, there are a lot of certifications you can take. Facebook has a certification. Google has a certification called the Google AdWords certification. You can take the fundamental examination, which requires you to study and then take the examination, and then you get a certificate to say, yes, I have completed this training examination. So it includes an examination. Facebook also has a platform for study. You're on Facebook. It has a Twitter flight school. It's actually putting up those certifications. Twitter has that. With that, you could also learn a lot. To possess to become a success, you just have to study. That's all you need. If you're passionate, you're going to do a lot of study related to digital marketing. You're going to be able to get in tune with trends. There are certain blogs you can sign up on, so you can get notifications when new trends come up. How do I develop myself on content writing?
I just write. The only way you can get better is by writing. Blogs you can read. There's a lot of good publishing sites you can read. Just the more you write,
Digital Marketing Training Center in Nigeria, in Ikoyi. And the training center is affiliated to the DMI in Ireland. It's an institute where we offer and these are some places you could actually go for hands-on practical training. So I'll move to the next question by Georgina. She said, Georgina stays in the United Kingdom. Why can I teach myself from ground up about digital marketing? So similar to Glory's question. Any advice on best courses to get certified on? We already mentioned some, which includes the Google AdWords and the Facebook Blueprint. And of course, you can go ahead to for you who is in the United Kingdom, you could go to the IDM, that's what it's called. Institute of Digital Marketing is in the UK. You could go there to get certification in any of the digital marketing courses. Diploma course, because a diploma course will give you an idea of what digital is, and you'd also have hands-on experience on all the channels, so social media, mobile marketing, and the others. Any possibilities of checking how good of a job you're doing on digital marketing with a test project? I'm not sure what that means.
I mean, it's only if you can find someone who's willing to let you try something out, I guess. Or if you have a personal blog that you're trying to run. I mean, a test project is something that it's either you can orchestrate or find someone willing to trust you yeah. So should we take a couple of questions that are coming in live? So Funulayo asks, what blogs can I sign up on to get notified of new trends? So for social media and digital marketing, there are a lot of blogs. Off the top of my head, you can check out Social Media Today. Social media, there's the HubSpot blog that's really up to date. Simply Measured have a really great blog. Sprout Social have a really great blog as well. Smart Insights is a really good place as well. Yeah, and then it's just basically looking at websites that provide content, and you just basically have to find the kind of content that you really enjoy reading, because someone like me, I really enjoy looking at Social Media Today, Social Media Examiner, again, that has a lot of advertising content from around the world. So it's just about finding what speaks to you and then subscribing to that, really. Yeah. And then the question is, how do you attract customers to buy unconventional products? In the case, natural perfume, body, or social media marketing, most people want to see and touch and smell them before buying.
Okay, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just reminds me of myself. I want to see and touch. A bit tricky because it's perfume. People want to be able to, if they don't know the brand, for example, they want to be able to experience it. So an offline activation is what would help to do this. Social media might not help you because they don't know your brand, but you could actually use social media driving traffic to a particular location where people can actually test your perfume. So you could have a sampling session or something in store and all that. Come and sample this perfume, and then you provide drinks, cocktails, and all that, and people can actually come in store to actually sample your perfume and then tell other people about it. But if they don't know your brand, it's a bit difficult. They need to actually know the brand. They need to have experienced the brand before they can then, before you can go ahead to push it properly on social media. So the best way, come on your Facebook page, come on your Instagram page, show them the pictures and tell them, oh, come for free samples or sampling at my store on Sunday. There'll be drinks, come with your friend. Come with a friend and get a discount. There are different ways you can go about that just to drive them into your store to actually sample the products.
Just to add a little bit there, you could possibly think of a content play where you have to be very visual and you're essentially with something in perfume, body oils, you're trying to sell an experience. So you don't want to focus on the oil or the product itself. You want to focus on the experience of using the product. So it has to be very visually driven. Think of how you can incorporate video into it. So that's what you could do on social. But the best way is basically having a sampling and say, okay, look, we're going to have
cocktails
and like something. Yeah, you got to be creative where you're basically an offline activation, getting people to come there to sample your products, interact with you, get to know the brand, and that's how you can basically get people to engage on social media on something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Adum from Nigeria says, how do I engage followers well enough to ensure conversions?
That's tricky. engagement and conversions are two different sort of goals, really. I mean, conversions is sales. If you are trying to sell a product that you're speaking to, it's not even about pushing your product's benefits. It's again similar to the whole experience. You want to sell people on what they're going to get from the product. So as opposed to, I look at it this way, right? I always give this example where if I'm thinking about a mobile phone, right? Think, let's say Samsung. Samsung, people are unhappy with the battery in the product. The next product that they release, they come out with a new battery that has, getting very technical, it's got this new battery technology that means the phone will give you these many more charging cycles. Doesn't care about all of that. They just want to know your battery is going to last you 2 days instead of a day and a half. And that's the way to sell the product. It's about selling the benefits. So yeah, it's a new jumbo. They just want to know the benefit to them. So when you want to talk about conversions, think about benefits. What are the benefits to the consumer? How do you communicate the benefit? When it comes to engagement, it's more about connecting with the consumer or your follower personally and ensuring they have that connect with you, and they then they find that value in jumping on the conversation. So for me, there are two different goals. It's either you want to drive sales. Yeah, you can use engagement to drive sales. I still would look at them separately. Yeah.
Okay. So Vivian from South Africa. How does one get followers? So, followers depends on the platform. For example, would be how would you get likes? We do not encourage businesses to get likes on Facebook. And this is simple. You have 100,000 likes, for example, on your Facebook page, and then you put out a post on your Facebook page. That post you put up would only get to 1% of your fan base, of your 100,000 likes. It has an algorithm that shows content based on relevance to the consumer. So even when you have 100,000 likes on your Facebook, 100,000 sees your posts. Only 1% of the 100,000 sees your posts. So the best way to go about reaching more people would be through the reach metrics, by promoting your posts through paid media to reach more people. Get more followers on Instagram. I'm not sure I should.
On Instagram, again, it comes down to the kind of content you have. You can promote posts on Instagram, but you can't promote your page. It lets you promote your page for likes and also lets you promote your posts. But I mean, again, like we said, you don't want to just get page likes because of the reach factor. When it comes to Instagram, you can promote posts, but essentially Instagram getting followers is just about the kind of content and ensuring your content basically gets your content, and they share your content. And another way of doing, you also want to cross promote your platform. So when you're on Facebook, drive people to your Instagram, and from your Instagram you can drive them there. So that ensures that you're tapping into the audience you already have. You don't have your audience on already. For Twitter, it's again, you can run follower ads, and Twitter is all about just jumping in on the conversation. A lot of times brands are most successful with their followers when they're able to latch onto a conversation and jump in and just they jump into the conversation and they can get viral because their post is that much more like it stands out from everything people are saying. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any question on that?
Okay, yeah. So your question, what tools or apps do you recommend for creating customized picture content? We actually
Said Canva.
we already answered that earlier. We would recommend Canva. That's Canva. I think it's already been typed, but I'll type it out again. That's the best tool for you for that.
Okay, so let me go back to the
Sorry, we got an interesting
Elizabeth.
question.
Yes.
Okay, So Melissa from Gabon, some people say promoting a post is cheating. What do you think? I don't think it's cheating because currently, as it stands, what we were alluding to earlier, organic reach. So what I mean by organic reach is if you put out a post on your page, you will see that post without any promotions on Facebook is about now dropping to less than 1 to 2% of your audience. Okay, and how Facebook works is it'll show your post to a few people first, and based on how those people react to your post, it'll show to more people. Think of it like an affiliate market where if 5 people like my post and so on and so forth, and that's how a post spreads. Now with a lot of brands, because there's so much noise on social media, the average user, for example, one person on social media, on Facebook, sorry, can be 3,500 unique stories a day. If you think about it, that's like 350 stories. If you log in 10 times in a day, that's 350 unique stories each time you log in. That's a really, really vast amount of content. I literally can, it's mind-blowing how much content that is. So to ensure that you don't get, Facebook has to cull your newsfeed. And with brands, that means that it's really restricting how much you can reach. So if you want to get in front of those people, your only solution is, at the end of the day, that's what Facebook also wants because it's business for them. So no, I don't think it's really cheating because it kind of benefits everyone, really.
Yeah, it's not cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elizabeth from Nigeria says, business through social media, although it has not been easy combining work and business. I barely have time for myself. Please, how do I combine both without losing on both ends? Elizabeth, you're like me. I also have this, and I also have social media account for all the businesses too. So what I do from my end is create something called a conversational calendar. So on a Sunday afternoon, for example, I have the time to put together a calendar of what I want to say media pages. So I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page and a Twitter page. So what I did was to link my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter together, which really is really not the best practice. But because I'm really busy, I just decided to link the 3 together, and then I post on my Instagram, and it goes to every other platform. Calendar has to do with what do I want to say every day. If I want to go from an everyday posting perspective, or if I just want to post twice in a week. So what do I want to say? So what I do is that I create the posts in terms of text. So if I want to say it's a raining day today in Nigeria, it's raining in Nigeria today, I create that conversation and put it for Tuesday. It's an image that I'm also going to use along with it. I use Canva to create it and keep it there. So it's easy for me to just post and then it goes up. Have more budgets, they can use Hootsuite platform because it helps you automate posting, and you could schedule and all that. Even on Facebook, you could also schedule posts to go off. So all you have to do during the week is just to pick up your phone and monitor your business and the others. It's quite easy. You could actually combine both without losing on both ends. So moving to Olabisi in Nigeria, how can I achieve cohesiveness? I'm not sure what that means in the sense.
Do you mean cohesiveness in terms of your marketing, or your social media efforts across social media? If you're here, it would really help if you could clarify what you mean by cohesiveness because it's a bit vague now, Olabisi, if you're here. Meantime, Kosiso Nuanza Fumilayo asks, can I get free adverts that can make an impact on my business, and what is the most reasonable budget to have for a Facebook ad, for example? So free ads are possible when you approach another publisher. So for example, say on Instagram, think of like if your friend has a business or you have a business, you tell your friend, you put up a post for their business on your page and they can put up a post for your business. That's possible in the blogging world, that's possible in the YouTube world. That's possible. That's one way of free ads. Free ads in terms of, that's the only way you can get free advertising. And that also is not free because you're training, right? So a reasonable budget to have for a Facebook ad. I can't tell you how much to set aside. It depends on how much you want to spend. It depends on how much you have. With what you have, you can then see how much you're going to get, and if that's enough for you or it's too little, you can adjust your budget accordingly. So Facebook, you don't have to run an ad to know how much you can. When you're trying to build an ad on Facebook, it actually lets you specify all your targeting, and then it shows you how much of your audience you can reach in a day. And if you adjust your budget, it'll actually tell you how much audience you reach according to your budget. So you can say, for example, $5 a day is how much you're willing to spend. You can reach maybe 10,000 to 12,000 people daily. $10 a day, it'll then tell you, okay, maybe we can reach 15,000 to 18,000 people daily. So then you can decide how much you actually want to spend. And that also ties back to the ROI conversation, where you want to know how much you're looking to get out of it, how much it costs you to get, say you're running a business, how much each sales costs you. So based on that, how much are you willing to spend in efforts?
Okay, so before we take that, Glory's question, how can you market knowledge products? Oh, okay, training costs. That's similar to most of the others we've been talking about. It's quite simple. Do is to make sure you're targeting. You have to use paid media anyway to target the right audience. So you're trying to reach people who have already searched for training using the search engine. So your keyword planner would help you look for these guys, look for the keywords they're searching with. Facebook, that's why Facebook is so robust, really interesting. You can actually target people who are interested in trainings. Look at your Facebook insights when you're trying to book your ads. You could target people interested in trainings, people interested in marketing, people interested in oil and gas, and there are a lot of fields you can target with. That's why Facebook is pretty easy, especially for SMEs. Create an ad is to click, I think, on the left section. You'd find create an ad, you click on it, and then you can just proceed. We'll also send you a link to how to find Facebook insights and where to create an ad from.
Okay, and then should we take a last question?
Yes.
Okay, so can you schedule a post on Instagram? Instagram, so because it's a mobile-based platform, you still have to actually post on Instagram. It's possible to use Hootsuite to schedule, and then what Hootsuite does is when it's time for your post to go up, they send you a notification on your phone, and you just have to open Instagram. The picture's already loaded. That's the best you can do in terms of scheduling on Instagram. They don't allow posts to automatically go up because they still want to try and make it. They want to keep it that mobile, human-based platform. Yeah.
Okay, so there are still more questions, but we might not be able to take all. So let me quickly go through it and see which third area of digital marketing that needs so much money. That was by Faith in Nigeria. Okay, so every part of digital marketing needs a lot of money and still needs very little money. So if you want to run a Facebook paid advertising, for example, you can start as low as $5. Some brands could start as low as $100. So it depends on what your budget is and what reach you're trying to achieve. What's the future, or what are the trends of digital marketing in Nigeria? Digital marketing in Nigeria is all about mobile. So think mobile first in everything you're doing. Think SMS. Even right now we have the NCC regulating the SMS. So it has to be permission based. But digital marketing in Nigeria is mobile. It's not yet, okay, no. What should be the main focus of the digital marketing plan? It depends on your business. For most small businesses, sales is the most important focus for a digital marketing plan. So think sales, and of course you could use engagement to actually get these people to convert, but think sales first for a small business. Yeah. What are the top tips in excelling an interview for an entry-level marketing role? That's Musura from the UK. So for marketing role as a whole, you just need to understand the marketing industry wherever you're applying. So if you're applying in Nigeria, understand the marketing industry and let whoever is interviewing you know that you do understand this industry by quoting from the industry. So I'm going to skip. Please offer this. Okay, so for the remaining questions, we can actually send it out to you through the Shelit Africa platform. We need to quickly go through the top 3 mistakes you need to stop making on your business. So I'm going to take, the top 4 mistakes you need to stop making on your business. Having no landing page. Most small businesses do not have a website. They do not have landing pages and all that. You need to get a landing page where you can host your content. What are you trying to share? You need to host it there. Do you want to sell? You need to host it there. Even if you do not have a payment system where people can actually pay online, your phone number or your store number, your store address, and people can call you. You need to have a landing page, no matter how. That's the first thing you need to have.
And it needs to be mobile optimized.
And it needs to be mobile optimized. Yes, thanks, Brash. Second?
Can't avoid content marketing in today's marketing world. So in 2016, really spiked, and 2017 is all about video. You're looking at video, you're looking at 360 video, you're looking at augmented reality. All of that is forms of content. Anything you're consuming on the internet is content. So you can't avoid content marketing. It's not just about putting out a post on social media and having your website. You need to do more. You need to give people more reason to come to you. So there have to be videos, a lot of creative visuals, articles, a lot of thought leadership content. Essentially, you need to have a robust content marketing plan, which will then really, you're constantly feeding something out to your consumers and your followers. Yeah. Okay,
so there are brands or there are businesses, for example, if you're selling fabrics, for example, maybe how to target to what fabrics is all about. For those into makeup, it's fantastic. It's very easy and straightforward. So how to carve your eyebrow and all that would be great content marketing elements. So the next mistake you need to stop making as a business, stop avoiding paid advertising. You need to reach more people, so you need to pay to reach more people. Fantastic platform. Instagram is a fantastic platform, but how do you reach more people than the 100 followers or the 1,000 followers that you currently have? You need to pay to reach more people. Like I said earlier, with $5, a whole lot of people. With $5 paid on Instagram, when I do it for my business, I reach at least 3,000 people who do not know about me. And when I reach those people, also follow me on Instagram, that I'm also followers. So do not avoid paid advertising. It's quite easy. Just use your debit card platform, and it's quite easy. With $5, you're fine. Another mistake you need to avoid.
You basically you need to have a plan in place. So right, it's not about just saying, oh, I want to be on Facebook, I want to be on Twitter, I want to be on Instagram, I want to be on LinkedIn, I want to be on Snapchat, I want to be on every other platform. No. It's not about, okay, look, this is who I'm trying to reach. These are what my objectives are. This is where the people I'm trying to reach are, and these are the platforms I'm going to be on. You need to have a plan. I'm going to be
So at the training center, we train brand teams, we train SMEs, we train agencies. So you can also join us. We could also have bespoke trainings for you. Needs. Also join Shelit Africa, the #1 community for smart and ambitious African women. So visit shelitafrica.org. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for having us, guys. We hope you learned a lot.